So hello everyone, my name is Wendy Martin and I'm a volunteer for Peace Partners, which is a registered UK charity working towards a world where everyone has access to sufficient water, nutritious food and personal peace. Peace Partners works with other groups and organisations in the UK and America which share similar goals. And today I'm talking with Marcy Klein and Jake Frankel, who both work for the Prem Rawat Foundation, or TPRF as it's known, which is a non-profit organisation based in America that addresses the fundamental human needs of food, water and peace in numerous countries across the globe. And it believes that all people should live with dignity, peace and prosperity. So Peace Partners and TPRF work in close partnership as they share similar goals. And the reason why I'm speaking with Marcy and Jake today is because this year, TPRF is celebrating its 20th anniversary. So welcome to you both, Marcy and Jake, and thank you so much for joining us today. Can I begin by asking you to introduce yourselves and say a little bit about how you both came to be involved with TPRF and what it is that you do in the organisation?
Hi, Wendy. My name is Marcy Klein, and I'm the Development Director for the Prem Rawat Foundation, also known as TPRF. I head up fundraising. Before I tell you my involvement, I want to thank Peace Partners for inviting me to participate today. TPRF is very, very grateful for all of your ongoing support and collaboration. It's been many years now. This is how I came to be involved with TPRF. I was at a crossroads in my life and I had to find a new job. I decided that whatever I was going to do in the future, it had to be something that helped people and made a difference. It was with great fortune that I was offered the position of operations manager. And then 4 years later, my role changed to development director. On December 18th, it'll be my anniversary, 10 years with TPRF. So Jake, you want to go now?
Yeah. Thanks again, Wendy, for having us. Really nice to talk to you. So, ever since I was a teenager, really, I've taken great personal inspiration from Prem Rawat, but I really was not very involved in his work until I saw this job listing about 6 years ago for a position, and I was reading it and it was like, oh my God, this is like made for me, it felt like. And I had always thought, wow, it would just be so fun to, in one way or the other, be part of Prem Rawat's work. And my background is in marketing and PR and journalism. And, TPRF was looking for exactly that. And I was very lucky to get the job. And now I am serving as the communications director.
Okay, so you both sound as though you've found your dream jobs and have felt very fortunate to be part of such a wonderful organisation. As I said, TPRF is celebrating its 20th anniversary. And I was just wondering if you might tell us a little bit about how TPRF began.
Well, it began with Prem Rawat's stated mission, which you, Wendy, told everybody, which is wonderful. I'll say very quickly: to advance dignity, peace, and prosperity by addressing the fundamental human needs of food, water, and peace. So through a variety of programs and initiatives, TPRF is dedicated to building a world of peace, one person at a time. Our signature programs are the Peace Education Program and Food for People. Ongoing initiatives include other humanitarian aid initiatives, such as natural disasters and eye clinics, and sponsoring live events and forums with Prem Rawat, VIPs, and world leaders, and sponsoring many of Prem's prison visits.
Thank you. And what about some of your own personal own highlights of the foundation's work during the last 20 years?
Oh gosh, well, there's so many highlights, it's difficult for me to pick, but here are a few. When the Food for People facility in Ghana opened, that was very special for me because it was the first Food for People facility added since I came to work at TPRF. And then leading the effort to fundraise for disaster relief around the world, that is an ongoing personal highlight for me. It feels so amazing to watch this team of the donors, the volunteers, and the TPRF team working towards funding for like Haiti or for Japan or for Nepal. It feels so good. And the same for the creation and growth of the peace education program. That was an amazing thing to watch, start from the start to where we are today and continuing. And really, I guess to summarize, my personal highlight on a daily basis is knowing that I'm part of a team raising funding for TPRF projects all around the world.
Okay, so for you, Jake, during the last 20 years, what have you seen as some of the highlights of the foundation's work and maybe some of your own personal highlights?
Yeah, so it's been really fun to look back at the last 20 years, long predating since I was involved ahead of the conference, and really take a look at all what everyone who's been involved has accomplished together. And there's some quite remarkable numbers. You know, TPRF at this point has had initiatives and volunteers in 70 countries. Over 175,000 people have participated in the Peace Education Program. We've built 3 Food for People facilities that have served over 4.1 million nutritious meals. TPRF has given over 160 grants totaling over 5 million to help people in 40 countries recover from natural disasters. So it's just been a tremendous effort that people have been making for the last 20 years now with such a tremendous impact. And, you know, there's so much more you can say other than just these numbers. I mean, just for Food for People, for example, you know, that was started by Prem, who had this vision that maybe if you just provide the basics of food and water, it could have the potential to transform local communities. And we've seen that absolutely play out in terms of rising school attendance, achievement, health improvement, growing economies. And then the Peace Education Program, which started in just one prison, has now grown to be encompassed into large institutions, correctional facilities across entire countries like South Africa, Ghana, Uruguay, now in Italy, and is growing in popularity in schools. So, you know, the overall impact is just remarkable. In terms of my personal highlights, every time I get to hear and share a story, because really all of this work comes down to just individuals. And I've been so lucky to have experiences where people in places like Soweto, South Africa, or a public school in Colorado, or a halfway house in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, have opened up to me and looked me in the eye and told them how personally they've benefited in profound ways from the Peace Education Program in terms of helping them see their own lives through joy and fulfillment oftentimes coming out of very challenging experiences. And oftentimes I'm not on camera, but I'm the one talking that these people are talking to when you see the videos released where they're telling their stories. And it's just an incredible honor for them to look me in the eyes and open up like that. And I hope that in some of these videos we release, that comes across and you can get a little peek into that transformative magic that so many people are having in their own lives because of the work that Prem Rawat and TPRF is doing. So that's just very special for me.
It's amazing to hear the range and the scope and the variety of ways in which TPRF is helping so many people across the world. And yeah, I can't wait to see those videos, which kind of brings us on to my next question, which is about the 20th anniversary. And it sounds as though there's a lot of things being planned. Could you tell us a bit about what's happening? What's going to be happening over for the celebration?
For sure. Well, some of the things planned are the release of a book commemorating TPRF's 20 years. Wonderful new videos Jake just alluded to. They'll be part of the upcoming December appeal, and a TPRF hosted conference that will be held on November 14th. Jake will go into more detail about the conference now. Jake?
Yeah, we're really thrilled to give this a try. This is our first attempt at holding a virtual conference, and we just really wanted to try something special to mark the 20 years. So we're going to have a variety of sessions that will hopefully be informative, inspiring about all the different work that TPRF does, and hopefully provide ways for people to get involved in meaningful ways if they're not already. And then also it's an opportunity for us to express appreciation to people like you, Wendy, and everyone at Peace Partners who have been such a big part of our work over the years. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of a celebratory vibe with some music, and then also some really great presentations from a mix of people who have benefited over the years, and also people who have volunteered their time and passion and who have been involved. So if you want to learn more, you can go to tprf.org, or you can go to hopin, HOPIN.com/event/TPRF. And the conference is free to attend, and anyone who's interested is very, very welcome.
Thank you. And yeah, I've registered. It was very straightforward to register. I believe in the UK, it starts at 4 p.m. our time and goes on until the evening. So yeah, I would definitely encourage everybody to go to that link and to register and to join. It sounds as though it's going to be a really lovely time, and I think it will be very special. So yeah, thanks for, I'm sure it's been a lot of hard work, and thank you for putting all of that together. Yeah, really appreciate it. So then you've talked about the last 20 years, you've talked about how you're going to celebrate the 20th anniversary. Can you say a little bit about how you see the future and any plans going forward?
Yeah, so to some degree, we want to just keep doing what we're doing, and even more so. I mean, there's unfortunately still a lot of challenges that we feel like we're in a good position to address and help, empower people to deal with them in any way we can. Specifically, we would love to see the peace education program continue to expand into more and more large-scale organizations. And what we've been seeing in recent years is more and more partners are coming to us requesting the peace education program because they see the tremendous value it has for people rather than us having to, knock on doors as much ourselves. So we certainly hope that trend continues. We have some cool things with that to help that continue. Like we've developed a new peace education program course called PEP EDU, which we're in the process of piloting at certain schools, and we're hoping that this will really help the course be a better fit for academic institutions so that more young people can enjoy the program. The Food for People program is continuing to evolve. We want to be responsive to local needs on the ground as they emerge, so the program started primarily with food and water aid, and now we're expanding to other things like providing computer labs and computer training, English classes, sewing classes. There's recently been a very successful physical education series of courses offered at the Food for People program in India. So we just want to be responsive to local needs with that program. Then, of course, we're still not out of the COVID pandemic, unfortunately. And we've done everything we can in the last period of time since that started to help people with medical aid and food aid. And we really want to continue to be a positive force with that. Specifically, we're looking at ways we might be able to help people access vaccines in areas of the world where they currently don't have access. So there's no shortage of fun things that we will be working on in the years to come.
Hi, thank you. It does sound really incredible. And I guess as much support as people can give you to help you in your work is, I'm sure, really appreciated for that support to continue and to grow. So yes, my last question to you both is about, what you enjoy the most about your involvement with TPRF for you personally.
That's such a good question. Makes me think about, what it's like every day. I think that knowing I'm part of Prem Rawat's efforts to help people, I think that is a highlight. That is something that means a lot to me. It really does give me a sense of making a difference. And then also having the good fortune to communicate with the TPRF board, staff, donors, the volunteers on a daily basis. This fills my heart and it just really helps my life have meaning. And then in closing, I just wanted to say that Peace Partners has been an absolutely invaluable partner for TPRF. It's really hard being the development director and writing letters so much and communicating, because I tend to say the same thing over and over, how much we appreciate you, how much you've made a difference, not only you, but every single person that does give to us and the volunteers. And I cannot overstate what a partner like you has meant to TPRF's success. So I want to end by just saying that that's also a highlight, being able to write letters to you to thank you, being able to collaborate with you. I know I said that before, but we really appreciate what you've done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and for me, I would echo some of what Marcy said. I mean, it just feels so special to be part of Prem Rawat's work and to be part of an organization which is really focused on helping people live with joy in this one life we all have. And it's about, helps me also live with joy and just, to be part of something for me personally, which is about much more than just making money, which is oftentimes, unfortunately, I found myself in that position with previous jobs. And this just feels so much more special and bigger than that. And I also just absolutely love connecting with similarly minded people across cultures, across nationalities, that also really want to live life to the fullest and help others live life to the fullest. And that inspires me to try my best to live life to the fullest and to try to be a force of good for others. So, you know, that's what it comes down to for me. And again, you know, I'll also just echo Marcy and just thank you and everyone who, you know, is joining us for all your effort to those ends.
Well, thank you really very much indeed. It's been very interesting to listen to everything that you've told us today. And I want to thank you very much for the time you've taken, and in your busy lives. I'm sure you've got a lot going on at the moment in preparation, but yeah, thank you very much for your heartfelt and sincere sharing of your experience and your lives as part of TPRF. So thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you, Wendy. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.